What's up guys, Justin here with the CGEssentials.com. So in today's video, we're going to check out an add-on for Blender that makes it easy to add cloth and rope wraps around objects in Blender. Let's go ahead and just jump into it. And so Wrap Master is a tool that's been trending on the Blender market. So I wanted to make sure that I talked about it on the channel, kind of showed you how to use it, that kind of thing. So you can check it out by visiting the CGEssentials.com/WrapMaster. And basically what this is a tool that currently allows you to add bandages, ropes, or fabric around your models. And so basically this gives you a tool set that allows you to quickly add wraps around different objects. It's pretty intuitive once you kind of figure out how to use it. Wrapping things around objects in Blender has never been easy, but this tool simplifies the process to the point where I feel pretty confident with it doing it on different shapes. But there are instructions under the documentation section in Blender, but for now we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump over into Blender and take a look at this. Now, one thing to note about this is these come in as asset libraries, so it's simply a Blender file that you just drop in to whatever folder you store your assets in, but then you can open up that folder using your asset browser. So for example, I've labeled mine Assets Wrap Master, and it's basically just finding the folder I created that has the blend file in it. And so the way that this works, and I'm using one of the Blender example models that they rolled out with in Blender 3.6, the human base message. So if you want to check that out, I can link to that in the notes down below as well. This is a great place to kind of like start with this. But basically the way that this works is when you drag it in, it's going to bring in one of these two wraps, and currently it comes with these two wraps. And so when you bring these in, this is basically a Blender file that has a geometry node set up that's adjusting things like the length of the wrap, as well as the number of turns, other things like that. So notice how you can adjust the number of turns in here in order to get more or less turns. You can also adjust things like the width of the object that's being wrapped in here. So you can see how you can use this to wrap something that's smaller and has a narrower width, or something that's wider like this. And you can kind of use this to kind of like overlap itself as well for like handles or other things like that. So there are other settings in here as well, allowing you to do things like adding noise to the wrap, adjusting the frequency of the wrap that's in here. You'll probably see this better if I reduce the length of the overall wrap in here, and probably if I reduce the width as well. But you can see how if I adjust the noise, then it's going to add more like randomness in here, as well as being able to adjust things like the frequency of the wrap, other things like that. So basically this just gives you the ability to kind of customize the way this wrap is going to look. And so in this case, let's go ahead and let's take the rope and let's align it with this object just so you can get an idea of how this works. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drag this in here, and it's just going to kind of place it in the 3D space. And there's no like magic to the way that you align this. You just kind of like rotate around, tap the R key to rotate it, and then just rotate until it's kind of aligned with what you want it to rotate with. And your camera angle and everything like that is going to kind of help you with that. So notice how I'm just kind of like moving around, and I'm making sure that it's centered, but I'm also kind of moving it in place like this. So what we're trying to do is getting it pretty close to this edge that's in here. I find it's easiest if you have the pinch and the width planes that it comes in with selected as well, just because that way you don't have to come back in and realign those later if you use them. But now, if I tab into edit mode, notice what this is doing is this is giving us this cylinder that's in this 3D space, right? And so it's basically using this cylinder to go around the object that's in here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to tap the Alt key, and I'm going to click, and then I'm going to move this, and I'm going to make sure that the entire arm is inside of this cylinder, like this. So it's not going to work quite right if things are outside of the cylinder. So just make sure that you've taken the cylinder and you've aligned it with the space right here. Now, I'm not 100% sure if you're supposed to add edge loops in here in order to make this align a little bit better. I'm kind of trying not to right now, just so that I don't break a functionality of the program. I don't know if you can do like a Control R and add those loops in here or not. But in this situation, what I want to do is I want to add some additional length, some additional turns, and make the rope narrower right here. And so this looks pretty good, right? It's basically moving around my object. It's kind of wrapping it, but it can do better. And so to do better, what we want to do is we want to have this object selected, and in the geometry node settings, we want to toggle snap to surface on, and we want to pick the surface. In this case, it's going to be this surface right here. And notice how I can come in here and toggle this on and off, but then I can use this offset function in order to set how far outside of this object this is supposed to go. So you can kind of like fine tune this by adjusting that and coming back in here and adjusting your cylinder. And notice how when I do this and I start getting closer to this object, it's really starting to kind of like wrap this rope around the inside and outside. So notice how as I bring this in and I get this closer, it's giving me a little bit better result. So you're just going to kind of like move back and forth between the snap to surface and the cylinder, and notice how this gives you a pretty good result in here. Now we do have these two planes in here which are kind of interesting, and so what these planes are going to do is they're going to basically affect the pinching of the fabric of the object. So in this case, right, I'm going to take this object, I'm going to move this pinch plane up a little bit, but then if I click in here and I scroll down and I turn the pinch influence up, notice what that's doing is that is basically making the material kind of pinch in different ways based on the location of this plane right here. So I can move this up and down, it's kind of pinching that material. But you can also tab into edit mode, and so I'm just going to tap A and do a Shift D. Well, notice how you can use multiple different pinch planes at once in order to adjust the pinching of the material in here. And then also, and again, like this one, it's just a question of making sure that you've got this kind of aligned with your object. You may have to scale it in or scale it out a little bit in order to get it to work. But then there's also this function in here for the width. And so what the width is going to do, I'm just going to kind of move this up a little bit, but if I toggle the width on in here, so like this, notice what that's going to do. I'm just going to tab in here and adjust this, is that's going to, where those planes occur, make your material wider or narrower, right? So notice how when I duplicate those in here, it's doing that in both these locations, but the width is basically either going to add or subtract from the width of your object where those planes occur. So notice how as I bring this up, what that's doing is that's making this kind of fatter in here. And really that's something you would see more with the cloth right here, but you can use this in order to adjust individual parts and pieces and locations in here. And so you can see how adding and creating that wrap in here was really easy. And so you can do this not only with character models like this one, but it's also good for things like this low poly sword, which is part of a collection I've downloaded from ArtStation for free from Pure Poly. And so basically what this is, and you can go download this and follow along if you decide that you want to do that. But basically, this is going to work the same way, and it's actually a lot easier with something like this because it's an object that's just straight up and down. But we can just go to a top-down view like this and just kind of align it. And then we're going to do the same thing where I'm just going to move it up, right? Tab into edit mode, and I'm just going to adjust like this. And so you want to make sure that the entire thing is inside of the cylinder at all times. You want to make sure that none of those lines are narrower than your object in here. So maybe I'm going to scale this one out a little bit, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add some length and some turns. But then what I want to do is I want to scroll down and I want to toggle my snap to surface on for this object. So I'm just going to snap to the surface right here. Sometimes, and I'm not sure why, sometimes the checkbox to toggle this on doesn't show up in here. I'm not sure what's causing that. I found if I just create a geometry nodes window, and so I found if I just create a geometry nodes window, I can just toggle that snap on right here, then I can toggle back over here. So I don't know why those don't show up sometime, but it's not really that big of a deal. But then I can take this and I can kind of like offset this out a little bit, and I can use this to quickly create like a hilt wrap or something like that on my object. And again, you can adjust number of turns in here until you kind of get the result that you want. You can also adjust the thickness of material, right? Because this is kind of thick looking in here. So I'm going to bring this down a little bit. Maybe adjust the width down, but you can see how creating this wrap that goes around this object is really easy. And then again, you could use the pinch in here to kind of like pinch the ends. So I'm just going to click on the pinch right here, this up. And you can kind of adjust how much that occurs using that pinch collider influence down here at the bottom. Oh, and one other thing to note is you can also adjust the material down at the bottom here. So if you wanted to apply a different cloth material or something like that to this, you definitely can. So overall, I'm fairly impressed with how easy this is to use. It takes a little bit of practice, but once you do it, it's really easy to set up these different wraps. And I'm pretty happy with the way that it works. But leave a comment below, let me know what you think. As always, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks, guys.